Hey man, how the hell you doing? I've been just fine, living life with the news, and in my mind, all I hear is music. Watching your mouth move, damn you look stupid. I feel like everyone's a stranger. Small talk with your narcissistic neighbor. She's real hot, but they said to never date her. I agree, but you did and I hate her. You wanna get away? You better get in line. Won't go another day of wasting any time. I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 Hey man, can I get a favor? Yeah, sure, no, see you later. Sometimes I just wanna be a hater. Gotta wash down the top 40s with a chaser. Your voice starts feeling like a waiter. Scraping my mind against a cheese grater. Before you go, sir, you have to sign a waiver. That's alright, I'm aware of the danger. You wanna get away? You better get in line. Won't go another day of wasting any time. I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
All right. Hey, good evening,
Clay.
Jamie. How we doing?
Hey, buddy, doing good. Just got to turn my mic up here a little bit. Doing
There
good.
we go. Well, welcome everybody to Guns in a 701. We're here on November 9th. It's the day after the election. But before we get going here, I got to start things out like we always do. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And I think that's going to get to be a very important amendment as we move forward here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's still, we'll get into that a little bit here about what our boy Joe said last week, but
Hey, I do got to add one quick thing though.
you bet.
Just, you and I were talking here before we went live. And so the governor race in Arizona, remember I was telling you how that lead was closing, and they still had there was only like 60-some% of the vote in.
Carrie Lake
now,
and Hobbs.
Yeah, you got Katie Hobbs. She is leading only by 3,687 votes now. So it's a 50.1 to a 49.9% break in between Carrie Lake, and I think she's going to pull this off because
I hope so.
When you go look at what happened in the primary, it was the same thing. She was down, what was it, 10, 15 points percentage-wise, and she ended up winning by 5. You remember, there's last night, I know when I quit watching all the election results, there were 600,000 ballots still out in Arizona. So, and they did something a little different. They went and actually counted all of them early votes beforehand because they knew they were going to go Democrat. So then they wanted to I think that was to try and discourage people. Yeah. Now we have this flipping, and that would be great. I was looking kind of at the U.S. Senate race. That's still an 83,000 vote difference. I've got my doubts there now.
That's Masters and that.
Yeah, Masters and Mark Kelly.
Yeah.
So
that's unfortunate, but
it is.
Marty and I have had our dealings with them.
Yeah. Attorney General though is going the Republican way, so that's good.
Awesome.
And that's awesome. In the state of Arizona. State Treasurer is going to be Republican. Superintendent of Public Instruction is going to go Republican. Too bad North Dakota didn't have one. So anyway, I just wanted to give everyone a quick update on that.
So just while we're on the election thing, let's talk a little more about that. Congratulations to a friend and former guest of the show, Sean Cleary, who absolutely boot stomped Tracy Potter. Boot stomped him. Hey, Tracy,
I saw that.
If you get wind of this, buddy, keep running for office because we love running Republicans against you to kick your ass. Keep doing it, you phony. Not only that, Karen Carls won easily, and Bob Martinson did. Sean had an A rating by the NRA, endorsed by the NRA. Bob Martinson, A rating by the NRA, endorsed by the NRA. Karen Carls, A plus, endorsed by the NRA. Their opponents, Tracy Phony Potter, D, got his ass kicked. Morrison didn't fill out the questionnaire, got his rear end kicked. And Mount didn't fill out the questionnaire, got his rear end kicked. So, hey, awesome. Congratulations, all my District 35 Republicans. And oh, it is sweet winning that. I love it. I love it.
And they say the NRAs are irrelevant.
Yeah. Come on. No joke.
Yeah, no joke. And also, we want to thank our sponsors tonight. We want to thank the Blind Guy of North Dakota. They've come on here as a sponsor. And I tell you what, you can't find a better patriotic Second Amendment place than the Blind Guy in North Dakota. And we'll play a commercial here a little bit. We also got Lauer Auto Repair and Exhaust.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you, Doug and the boys down there, they will get you fixed right up. And with all this weather coming, you might want to stop in there and talk to them guys. Maybe get a set of new tires or get a tune up. You might need that. It's going to get cold, guys.
The boys know how to get stuff running good down there. There's no doubt about that. And if you want to talk a little guns, I mean, you can have that conversation with them too.
Oh yeah, and they are just as Second Amendment down there as the Blind Guy is. And we're proud to have those Second Amendment sponsors. Oh
yeah, 100%. I
just saw something.
I did see. I got a text from a friend of the show, Travis. He says we could not find anything for guns in the 701. I'm not sure what's going on there, but
as far as on the show.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure what he's looking at or anything, but there he is. There you go. I just was reading your text, Rob. We were wondering.
Oh well, if he's talking about the chat, I forgot to turn it on. It's on now, guys. So sorry about that.
He's here.
Hey,
good to have you,
Brian. I want to let you know we got payment. That's been actually I sent it up to you, Jamie, and I'm hoping. I don't know if you get them anymore this week. If you haven't gotten them already, mail's a little bit slow out here, so they are in the mail. They're on the way. Good.
All right. Awesome. Hey, Blaine, good. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yeah. Good to see all these guys come. Gene.
So I was gonna say too, before we get into some other stuff, Clay, if you guys listen to KFYR 550 AM, Clayton and I are gonna do our first segment there on Friday, 8:40, right, Clayton? We're gonna be on with Mitchell in the morning. And
every Friday
we're going to be on with Todd Mitchell for a little segment there, 10-15 minutes. But Clay was actually going to come up, but since we got a storm of the century coming in, ultra mega storms rolling in on us.
Ultra mega.
Clay's going to be at the ranch, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be here or the hunting shack because my buddy Trav and I are supposed to go up deer hunting tomorrow. So we're going to watch the weather. If we can leave, we're going to leave early and get up there, and Clay will be down there, and I'll be giving you a report from the hunting shack. And otherwise I'm going to be right here in Bismarck calling in the boring way from the house. Snowmageddon, baby. It's coming. Yeah.
Veterans Day show Friday. Oh boy. I don't know. I never even thought about that.
Todd's doing one.
Todd's doing one, so
yeah,
we'll be on there. Like I said, we'll be on there. That basically that last segment of Mitchell in the morning. So we definitely have to thank all our veterans, and we wouldn't be here what we're doing every day without our veterans, without our servicemen and women. They're the ones that made it possible.
100%. So Clayton, do you get any hunting in? You get on a deer opener down there then, or what was your opening weekend like?
Not a lot. We went around a little bit, seen a few. I haven't seen anything of great size.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it's a little bit early. I think this weather will push them a little farther in the rut, it seems like now. And they're starting to bunch up now.
Mm-hmm.
I did see that elusive 3x2.
Yeah.
Needs to come out of the herd.
Yep.
And it's always at the wrong place at the wrong time, but I'll get him. Either me or one of the boys. It's a good management deer. He's big. I mean, it's kind of like, that video you put on. Except
that
he's heavier.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to trying nailing that guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome. And if anybody's wondering, if you didn't see it, Clay's talking about. Took a few videos out when we were hunting this weekend out the ranch, and if you want to check them out, there's some. I think they're all shorts, aren't they, Clay? We got 3, 4.
Yeah, they're all on the shorts on our YouTube channel, which is moving along real good. I didn't look at it here the last couple of days because I was trying to get ready for the storm coming in. So I'm very, very happy with what we're seeing as far as on there. We were at 1,028, but I imagine we're even more now. So.
It's over 30. It's 1,030 something now. And 223. Oh, Trav. Lucky for me, I'm hunting with a 6.5 Creed and a crossbow this year. So.
Oh, Trav. Oh,
yeah. So
liquor, guns.
Yeah, liquor, guns, booze, and yeah. Well, the 223, I'm gonna hopefully I can I'll show you how that baby's gonna work, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went out and Friday, actually my cousin he got one Friday right away, a smaller mule deer buck.
Cool.
And then Saturday, my Uncle Dean, he got a hell of a buck actually.
I saw that. I'm gonna load them pictures. I didn't get a chance to do that yet.
They were on the other end of the. We put a pop up on the other end of the pasture, and him and my cousin went down and sat in there, and I spotted him with the scope coming, and they seen him too, and boy, he put the hammer down on him, and it was, like I said, biggest buck he's ever shot, I guarantee you, without putting tape to him, and I'm fairly good at field judging muleys. He's 170, 173 right around there probably, and so then we saw that, and then I put that long range video on there when they were down there.
I'll pop this up here for you.
Okay, do it. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was going to put a front shot on where you can actually see how wide he is. He's probably 27 plus wide, but he he wounded him. Then he went up, and my uncle, not being too caring about mounting anything, shot it right in the eyeball. So it looked like somebody thumbed his eye with a 7mm mag. Yeah, that's my buddy Rob. So on the way back from looking at my Uncle D, we actually were going to put a stock on one, and it wasn't nothing. So we were coming back, and I saw these other ones in the distance. So we went and got my spotting scope on the top of the hill, and we stalked that one, my buddy Rob and my cousin Riker, and got within 308. I got a video of it. I didn't get the kill shot or put it up yet, but he did. He put a hell of a shot in with a 7mm mag. It was bedded down, and I mean, the thing was dead in about 20 seconds. And that was actually the biggest mule deer he's ever got too. And, we got some decent pictures of it, and he was happy. And buddy Stewart was just here, picked up the head. He's going to do the Euro for us. So that's pretty sweet.
Good deal. Yeah, no, those Euros make nice mounts. I've got several around here. So yeah. And I don't know about you. I know I've got deer hanging here that, in the barn have been, over the years, and in the garage and stuff that they're nice. Would I put them on a head? Nah, there's maybe a couple out there, but for the most part, I mean, they got to be big.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know that my uncle will Euro it. I mean, he's he's pretty frugal, so I don't know what he's going to do. It might be one of those mounts with the leather in the front that he does it himself there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, hey Trav, you said real men use 7.62. When we go tomorrow, my buddy, the other Trav I know, is using the 7.62 by 5.1. Trav's talking about his commie around the AK, but we ain't shooting any animals with that. That's just for killing folks.
That's just for killing folks, ain't it? Yeah.
So Clay, you were in an election there for county commissioner in Sioux County. How'd that end up down there?
Well, I didn't win. The guy that was running against me, he beat me out. I got to remember now, it was like 94 votes to 186. And I can tell you that that eastern end of the county, it pretty much went like it did 4 years ago when David Volk was running against the same guy. Darn near got these same percentage differences between both. We have 3 districts and 2 precincts in our district. And I won our precinct down here on this end, but I did not win that Eastern one, and that there's a lot of votes just outside of Fort Yates that are in there, and it's the way it goes. You win some, lose some. I had a lot of people send me messages today, and I appreciated them all, guys. I can tell you, I'm not busted up about it. I've been in politics for a long, long time, worked on campaigns, and it's just that's the way it goes. I probably could have done a lot of things differently, unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to put into probably what I needed to do on that Eastern side. So, like I said, you win some, lose some. It hasn't discouraged me. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Well, good news is you got more time for the show.
That's right. You got more time for the show and hunting and some ice fishing and
yeah.
Like I kind of told some of the guys on this end. Basically, what we need to do is said, we should have been doing this a long time ago. We need to start going to the meetings. Yeah, it's about a 100-mile drive over there. That's crazy. That's how big the county is. But
yeah, that is.
We need to go to the meetings, and not one or two of us. We need to put people in them meeting rooms. Those guys might then start listening. If nothing else, the best thing is you get over there and you make a stir and make make everything well known as to what you're thinking, especially in different areas of this county. And the word will get out that people are upset and they've been there. When you don't show up, and we're all as guilty on this end because it's so far away. If you don't show up, they don't care. And obviously there isn't enough votes in this precinct to carry it. And we do, even in my precinct, we got our share of Democrats in here. And I can about tell you, the ones that voted for the other guy and not for me in this precinct, I bet I can name just about every one of them.
Well, if you looked at the map of North Dakota, who voted for Hovind won and Kelly Armstrong and all that, the only two places I've seen that voted for their opponents were the county you're in and the other county up northeast of there on the other end of the state.
And I was kind of, I'm a numbers guy, right? So I started just looking over all the numbers. I went to measure 2 in Sioux County, and specifically in these 2 precincts. Amazingly, in the precinct on the eastern side, they overwhelmingly voted to smoke dope recreationally, and that's really close to Fort Yates. So if that tells you anything, it's you can take away from it what you will. But it was actually a pretty high turnout.
Smoke that crap, but
what's that?
There's plenty of other ones who want to escape from reality, like Sergeant Barnes would say in Platoon. That don't live down there. I'm not one of them.
And personally, guys, I could care less what you do at home. I really, it's another drug, like any other drug. It is stronger than it used to be. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole tonight, but I could care less. I can tell you right now,
it's GMO weed.
Yeah. The results did not shock me on measure 2.
Yeah.
And just as I figured measure 1 would pass, and it passed pretty much at the percent. I figured it was going to be more of a 60-40, and I forget what the final number was, 58 to 40 something, but I really kind of, I guess I called that one. The sentiment just felt like that when he was out and about.
Well, I seen Gene Cox, SKS, got his first envelope weapon of war. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Gene. You know that. I like SKSs are awesome. I like an SKS shooting over. What's that?
As I used to have one. And, hey, I have to put this back up here, Gene. Thank you. You're right. And Gene knows. Gene's he's been in a couple in local elections.
Like I thought he was a mayor or something in Mobridge.
Yeah, I think he was on the council. Yeah, I think he's the mayor. Gene, you'll have to correct us. I don't remember anymore.
I know I heard him on Scott's show. Scott said it a few times, but anyone who drinks pumpkin spice is one of them. Come on, Trav, man. I got pumpkin spice right in here in this orange mug.
Hey, I can tell you right now that I went with a little peach crown and a little nightcap here tonight, and Gene's the mayor. That's what I thought.
Okay, that's what I said, right? Mayor. I said Mayor Cox. There you go. I like it's got a good ring to it.
And I can tell you right now, them local ones like that, they're even more intense. They can be because you know everybody personally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of the same in the counties too. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said,
I still want Marty. I want Marty Beard to run for some sort of office. I was talking to him today, and he said he couldn't help but calling people names or something. And I'm like, Marty, that's exactly what Get on the city commission. I guess commission meetings will be packed because they're going to know you're going to start throwing out what everybody wants to hear.
And I think maybe still does. Does he still serve on their school board over there?
I think this is his last tenure doing it, but I'm pretty sure he still does. Once because his kids are all out of school, and I don't know. I don't want him to. Whether his kids are there or not, you need good people like that on running school boards. Yep. It's a district head or whatever he's at. You disappoint me with pumpkin spice. Sorry, man. This stuff tastes good.
No, I don't know. Like I said, it was interesting to be involved. I've been involved in a lot of campaigns. I've never ran. So this was interesting to get out there. I did meet a lot of people I'd never met, and I can build on that pretty easily. Mm-hmm. If I want to run again, it's 4 years away. I might run for something else between now and then. Who knows?
Right. What do we got here, Gene? The same people who want organic foods smoke GMO dope and not wild ditch.
There's a lot of truth.
That's true. That is true. That is true. I'll tell you, I smoked weed twice in my life. The first time it didn't do anything when I was like 18, and then I don't know, I was in my mid-20s or something, and somebody told me it was the good stuff, and I overdid it, and I puked on it just like you do if you drink too much beer. So then I said after that, that's enough of that crap, and I don't even like the smell. We were down in Vegas. It's legal down there. I was getting sick. You walk around there, it just smells like thistleweeds burning down there.
I have never smoked it. Not directly. Have I been around it? Yeah, in college. I mean, I know what it smells like, and there was a lot of it for being a controlled substance. There was tons of it on the campus.
What Bill say? He smoked it, but he didn't inhale. I did not inhale that marijuana cigarette.
The only other time was when I went down to the Buffalo Chip, and they had a concert going on down there, and I mean, the lights would come on, and you could just see the haze. Oh. So okay. I guess they call that a contact high, huh?
Yeah. Uh-huh. There you go. Yeah. Well, you get those. Yeah, you'll get booted from your job for that. I mean,
but I've never done any drugs, not hard like that. Yeah, caffeine.
Why don't you put Marty's?
What's that?
He's got a comment. Remember, just talking about. He's tuned in here. He's got the answer to the question.
Oh, be all 15 years of presence, so he could vote. No on all the bullshit. All right, I got you now, Marty.
Yeah. Marty stepped. He quit. He didn't quit. He stepped down from being 15. Okay.
Good deal.
Yeah.
No, like I said, good people got to be on these local boards, county commissions. I think, after looking at last night, I think it's even more important now that people get out there, get involved in those local contests. I mean, it's just. That's where it starts. I go to the local school board meetings once in a while in Lemon. There's me, maybe another person, and then the media, which is the newspaper and the radio. That's it, other than the members. Mm-hmm. That's a problem. I mean, especially when they're sitting there going over budgets, and their budgets are bigger than the counties, and no one cares.
Right. Obscene profits timeout.
Is it time for one of them?
Yeah.
See, we got to get used to that.
I just saw the time there.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be a new one for the blind guy. Another sponsor along with Laurel, but we'll give the blind guy here our first ad. Guns in the 701 is sponsored by the Blind Guy of North Dakota. For all your custom window coverings, you can contact them at 701-222-3932. They're freedom-minded, they're patriotic, and they love the Second Amendment. This husband-wife team was born and raised right here in North Dakota and based out of Bismarck. Again, for your Second Amendment company, for all your custom window coverings, the Blind Guy of North Dakota, 701-222-3932, or visit them on the web at blindguynd.com. Guns in the 701 is... Oh, sorry, we had a replay there.
Yep.
Okay, we'll give some love to Doug, too.
Yeah, we got to get... Yeah. Lauer Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street. That's right here in Bismarck. Doug and the boys, that's a pro-Second Amendment shop. Anybody out watching this show is pro-Second Amendment. You don't want to give your money to somebody who's not pro-Second Amendment. They might be nice people. They might run a good shop. Doug and his boys run a great shop. They treat you right, fair pricing. They get your job done quick, and you know it's going to a pro-Second Amendment shop. Deer season coming up. Get that hunting rig in there, get that baby tuned up. Doug will get that thing humming like a kitten for you, and you can go through, and all you got to have to worry about is filling that tag and getting that big buck.
All right.
Awesome.
We want to thank our sponsors, Doug down there, Laurel, and the blind guy. We got Wyatt and Tammy, right?
Yep.
So we want to thank them for coming on.
Yeah, it's awesome. You guys are awesome. And I'd say if you get down Lauer Auto Repair, tell them thank you for sponsoring a show like this. You heard the layout on here, and that's why you're patronizing their shop. Same goes with Wyatt and Tammy at the blind guy. I mean, it makes it so much easier when you got a good sponsor like that, and it helps you with things. I mean, you might not think this costs any money, but it does. So, and it's great. And hey, sponsor help going to businesses that sponsor pro Second Amendment shows like this. We're just helping each other out here. It's awesome. Good night, Trav. He's cashing.
Oh man, he must have been up too late last night.
Hey, I got a pumpkin spice flavored nookie. I'm going to mail that thing to you.
So
all right.
I guess what do you want to go into next? I guess what we should actually talk a little bit about is being we're talking elections.
Yep.
We should talk about what happened in North Dakota here in the Senate and the House. Do you want to give those numbers, Jamie?
Yep. So we got I got a screenshot of it here. So I'm on Johnny on the spot. Okay, so here's what we got. The North Dakota Senate, 28 GOP, 3 Dem. The House, 56 GOP, 8 Dems. And as Clay and I were talking about earlier, there's a portion of those people that aren't conservative. But I tell you what, you talk to people in other states like Minnesota and I know I'm going to the extreme if you say Massachusetts or something, but those people would trade anybody they got probably for just about anybody we have. I mean, it's a good problem to have that you want more conservative people, but we got, and then even the ones that aren't like super conservative are still pretty damn pro-gun. I mean, we're probably talking a bad one's probably like a B+ from the NRA rating. Which
we don't have that many, but it is interesting.
Yeah,
I've been up there doing a lot of testifying, lobbying for lack of a different term, on pro-gun Second Amendment bills, and it still amazes me. The Senate's always been pretty good. We haven't had a lot of trouble getting through the Senate. And the House was great. Rick was always big, and so was Jeff Mangum and Luke Simon. I mean, those guys were always very, very pro Second Amendment. But it amazed me how close some of them votes were, even coming out of committee. And then when they hit the floor, and they shouldn't be. I mean, look at this. This is what you would call a super majority. I mean, 3 Democrats.
Yeah, I mean, that's as close, dang near as close to irrelevant as you can get. I mean,
we should be able to pass our entire platform. Shouldn't even be a question in North Dakota. But how much you want to bet that it's going to be?
We're going to find out.
I mean, gun stuff's been pretty good. It's like when we talked on Luke and Shiloh's show over there. Here's the deal.
Yeah, we got to give them guys a little shout out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, fellas. And Ben Koppelman, and he was great insight.
Here's the Deal podcast is what Clay and I were guests last Thursday. It was a good time. They had good information on there if you guys want to look it up.
And they're on every Thursday night at 7:00 p.m. Mountain Time. But that was it was a great roundtable. Ben's been great on Second Amendment issues. I mean, the guy's he's got a stellar record, just like Rick Becker did.
Yeah.
So and so did Luke. So that was a great discussion on Second Amendment issues, especially. I did tell him about some things that we're talking about bringing up, and we'll see what happens. I mean, there's plenty of room for improvement. He was talking about like constitutional carry and concealed carry permitting. I go, hey, because he said, there's not a lot left to do. I beg to differ. We can tweak any of them. There are things within both of them that we caved on to get it passed, and you shouldn't, especially this time. 28-3, guys. That's the number in the Senate. 56-8 in the House. And I guarantee you, some of them key pieces, if we try to bring them, we're going to have some issues with some of the Democrats. I expect it from. They're commies. But when it comes to the Republicans, they better be Second Amendment.
The hate speech.
That's a hate speech. That's right. And I don't
So
apologize.
Lynette's got a few comments over here. Disappointing turnout for Rick Beck. Yeah, I mean, Clay and I talked about that pregame here. Lynette, I agree. I thought Rick would have a better showing. I was disappointed in that, but what do you do?
I think the important thing here, though, is with Rick. Rick, he accomplished quite a bit, guys. I want to point out we had a Democrat running and an independent Republican against the incumbent.
We had a
Republican.
Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane Katrina. And did you notice who Rick ran against, or not Rick? John Hoeven ran against?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hear? I never heard him. Did you hear any kind of advertisement from the Hoeven camp against Katrina?
I didn't. I'm not saying he didn't do it, but I didn't hear it once. If anybody else heard it,
I didn't either. At least not over on this side of the state. I never heard a thing, but I heard a barrage of fake news, fake stories, fake everything against Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And that come from a Hoeven camp, and it come from that North Dakota whatever pack.
Yeah, I can't remember what they were called either, but Marty said lifetime concealed carry. This renewal is Bravo Sierra. You don't need a renewal for a state, right? I think we got constitutional carry now. You don't need to renew it. But if you get a whatever it's called, what is it, level 1 or level 2?
They got different. Yeah,
I haven't renewed mine in years, but
you can renew, and that's mostly so you got reciprocity in another state. So yeah, you have to renew it, which I agree. It's ridiculous to have to renew it. It always, concealed carry. And granted, guys, I was in the camp when we were working on concealed carry permits across the states because there wasn't very many had them.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to take that step to get the constitutional carry. I mean, it was just the wheels of bureaucracy run very, very, very slow. And that was the pathway to get there. And I mean, this was a 20 to 25 year battle. It really was. And we started in the states where we could win it. And I can tell you right now, being we have open carry, we have constitutional carry. Yes, I'm all for it, Marty. We should have a lifetime concealed carry. I don't see why the state takes your right away from you and says, oh, well, now you can't go across state lines because that's really the only thing that concealed would be good for. And it does take the place of the 4473 form in North Dakota, and then sell it back to you. It should not be something that the government, I don't care what government is, sells back to you. It's your right. You don't need it. So, will we get that? I don't know. It's you know what, Marty, we should talk and we should get together with Jeff. Maybe that's another good one to bring up because Jeff, I know, is interested. So is Ben. All these guys are interested in what we should bring up for gun bills this year. I think maybe that's a good one to bring up on.
I mean, my first one for them would be this credit card thing and the banks, doing their discriminatory lending against gun shops. And I mean, everybody's like, oh, that's not happening in North Dakota. Well, it might someday,
might.
But his sugar daddy or candy man.
I had to put that one up. I didn't mean to do that.
Trav says, hopefully Becker woke Hoeven up a little bit. So I'm going to wake you up if you fall asleep in my camper again when there's a big buck out there.
Hey, here's one from South Dakota here. I didn't realize this. Thanks, DJ. They started to pay all the concealed carry fees. It doesn't cost you nothing. I didn't know that. So that's again, South Dakota. And I can tell you right now, I was in that state most of my life, and I worked that state for the NRA even with South Dakota shootings. But I can tell you right now, South Dakota has always been a leader when it comes to Second Amendment rights versus North Dakota. It simply has been. They're always first to do it, and hopefully maybe we can do that in North Dakota.
So does that mean Christy Nome sugar mama?
She didn't take anything from Crystal Sugar, so she's probably good.
Peas off for you. So what was the final on her too? Because I seen she got up in freaking riding boots and actually gave that. What was his name again? Jamie. Crying damn shame he's got the same name as I do. North Dakota Strong is what it was. Paid for by Big Sugar guy.
Yeah, it was. If you went and looked at all their donations, most of them came from Crystal Sugars or
I think
affiliates.
It was like the number one, I think. But
oh yeah.
Anyway, what did Noam win by?
I don't even know, to tell you the truth.
I think she died.
I'm sure it was large.
I think it was more than DeSantis crushed old Charlie Crist. Oh, I love seeing that too. The old Charlie, the car flip flopper, like Marty told me once. They're down a bank flopping this way and they flop that way.
All right. So South Dakota statewide voter turnout, 354,652. So that's 59.4% voted.
Whoa, you guys are 10 more percent than we were.
Yeah. Still, you know what the problem is? There's 597 plus thousand. I mean, there are that many registered voters, and you only get 59% of the vote. That's the problem, people. Right there's the problem. Let's go see what Noam did.
So Doug said he thinks Doug Thompson 65%. He thought for Noam, and he thought Thune had 70.
Okay. Well, Thune, I'm looking at him right now.
The guy won pretty easy too. I heard.
John Thune was 70%. The Libertarian was Tamara Lesnar, and the DemonCrat was Brian Bings.
Don't get me started on Liberty.
20. Yeah. If you look into Alfred E. Newman, which I call that's Dusty Johnson down in South Dakota, he came in at 77%.
That's the guy from the Mad magazines, right?
Yes, it is. I actually made a meme one time that put them side by side.
That's funny.
Good.
That's funny. I like that.
Kristi Noem came in at 62%. The Libertarian came in at 3%, and Jamie Smith and Jennifer Keats, I think, is probably on the Democrat side at 35%. So yeah, it wasn't even really close, really.
Libertarians, guess what? Now we got a runoff with Warnock and Herschel down in Georgia again, and because of you guys and your self-righteous, we're above everything and we know more about politics than you party freaks. Guess what? Now you got a runoff because you losers wouldn't freaking pick a side. Yeah, I know Libertarians. Like, you guys piss me off. You're just like liberals, so don't. And they're going to act like you're on our team.
They're going to cost the state of Georgia a whole bunch of money.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, thanks.
I don't care. I'm glad that they're, to each his own. I
care.
Well, I care, but you know what I'm getting at.
Now we're going to get a Supreme Court with more freaking leftists on because these jokers wouldn't freaking turn a cheek. I don't agree with them 100%, so they got to go.
There's a lot of truth to that. I mean, if they lose that race in Georgia and the Senate stays with the Democrats, I'm telling you right now, I would imagine we'll see. You could see another Supreme Court nominee come under the Biden regime.
Well, it's going to be.
That would not be good.
Yeah.
All right. So here's where they're at right now.
Okay.
This is the United States Senate in Georgia. You're at Herschel Walker, 48.52%. Raphael Warnock at 49.4%. So that's about, it looks like, it's only like about a 4,500 vote difference.
Yeah.
So he's done a lot of catching up. That was 23 minutes ago. And then you got the Libertarian at 2.7%.
Yeah.
That's 81,000 votes. And I can tell you right now in that race, even if half of them went Democrat and half went Republican, Herschel Walker wins.
Yep. So what? I voted my conscience. I don't buckle like you guys. Yeah. You don't get nothing, and what you get is less rights, fool. That's what you get.
Yeah, and here's what I don't understand. And you look at the governor. I mean, come on, you get the ballot. It's up and down. Brian Kemp come in at 2.1 million.
He crushed the Georgia Hippo.
53%. She came in at 45, and yet there's about 3.947 and about 3.929 million votes cast between the two offices, and it didn't translate for Herschel Walker. So I think it's interesting. Honestly,
a lot of people saying he wasn't a good candidate.
I watched some of his speeches when he started out. He was pretty rough around the edges.
He's
but that's
about as good a
okay.
public speaker as me, so that's his problem.
Yeah, because you look at the Secretary of State. Now that matches up pretty close with the governor race.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's right in that 53.2, 53.4%. So it did not translate into the votes for Herschel. And even at the Attorney General, saying 52%. So when you look, here's Commissioner of Agriculture, 53. When you look at all these other races where the Republican won with anywhere from 52 to 53%, except in the Senate race. So
yeah, I mean, they didn't like
something.
Well, they put all that money into saying he had all these chicks that he knocked up and they had abortions and all.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it was true or not, who knows? I don't know, but I guess it worked. It worked, just like Harry Reid. What did they say? Was that true about Romney's taxes? It worked, didn't it?
It worked. Yeah, it did. Gene, I don't know what happened. Have you been visiting with Kevin at all, Jamie? I have a little bit.
There's right
on our deal. Yeah, there you go. Kevin's been putting on some things in the Misfit Patriots and in our Guns in the 701 Telegram chats. I don't know what happened out there, except it looks like the same old crap happening in Philadelphia that was done last cycle in 2020, and yet again in 2016 it happened too. They underestimated. They really thought the reason they thought Hillary was going to win is because they thought they had it. They just underestimated how many people would show up, and voila, all of a sudden before 2020. We have China virus. All of a sudden, we have huge mail-in ballots. They've been doing this in California for decades, and they just applied it across the state. But these 6 states, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, all of these states, guys, they are the problem. You cannot be voting the end of September till now. It just doesn't work. You can't have mail-in ballots. It's just insane.
So, Kevin, I would ask you this because this is my theory. This country's getting to be about a 50-50 split. And I think the bunch of people must just like that kind of crap because, there's no other explanation for it. There's they got to be. There's got to be people that think what is going on is just, well, if we pay more for gas, that's just the price of getting to be all electric. And, you got to be woke because actually, Clay, I got this screenshot last night when I was watching Fox Business and they had polls from, Fox Nation, that's like the conservative thing, right? Fox Nation people.
It's supposed to be.
So, oh God, I'm gonna do this poll I seen first. It was, do you think the United States has a racist problem? And it was, honest to God, this is a Fox Nation poll. 78% was yes, and I'm like, I don't consider myself racist. What do these people did in life? All these people that they think they're racist. 78%. That's a Fox News poll, not CNN. No. And so they had another one. U.S. gun laws should be more strict. 57 less. 14 kept as is. 29. This is So. Yeah. I think people buy into this crap. There's no other. These people are weird because there's no way a person with any common sense or reasoning would think Fetterman. And I'm not saying Oz is that great, but the guy's a mile above. The Falls with ears. Yeah, I can tell you right now with the Fetterman and Oz thing. Oz was a poor candidate. He really was. He should not have been the guy that probably Trump endorsed. Why he endorsed him, I'm guessing it has to do with McCormick. Was that the guy that was in the primary? Trump thought that Oz was more popular. I seen something about it. He did something. He thought that's why he was going to win over this other guy because it's popular. He's famous.
And famous don't always carry through to winning. They're cheating everywhere. Yeah. Here's the problem, though, and I was going to get to. So Oz, I don't know if you know, Oz is basically from New Jersey. He's got a residence there, or did have. It's like some of these other candidates. Then they move to another state, and he's been in Pennsylvania too. But
like Joe says he's from Scranton, Pennsylvania. He lives in Connecticut.
Yeah. But when you look at someone like Fetterman, who couldn't even put a sentence together in 2 words, and that they still will vote Democrat just to hold on to power, there is a huge problem. And this doesn't go back just a few years, guys. This goes back decades. And it started in the public schools. They stopped teaching government. They stopped teaching civics. They stopped teaching history. Everything about this led to a stupid populace coming out of these colleges and schools who didn't know their rights, didn't care, and were taught that Democrats were great. No matter.
I would say ignorant, not stupid. They're probably smart people, but they're ignorant.
Probably the better word. Yeah.
I always say
don't remember the poll, but a huge amount feels like Inflation Reduction Act is going to reduce inflation. the very essence of the act is inflation. There
Yeah,
is
that's
that.
unbelievable, right?
Not only that, and Kevin can probably affirm this here, being he's out there in PA. On the ballot was a 80-some-year-old guy that died, a couple months ago, I believe, in their state legislature, and they voted for him. They voted for the dead guy over the other candidate. So, I mean, now the other candidate was a libertarian. I have no clue. I wasn't following the race. I can't tell you if he was good or not. But
he wasn't. He was a libertarian.
He probably wasn't. But I mean, you talk to, or you've seen some of these videos out here where you see Democrat polling workers, committee members, telling people, hey, here's some Democrat literature. Hey, vote for Fetterman. He's the weed guy. I actually saw that video. He's for weed, so vote for him. I was like, oh my God. Have Kevin, the dead guy, won. That's insane.
Hey, Lynette's got a super intelligent quote up there from Fetterman.
Oh, hello, everyone. Good night. Yes. That's right. You did, Josie. I remember that. I remember that one quite well.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
they're still
up here. District 8 had one, and they're right. That's when
North Dakota.
Dave Andall passed away. You know, I get why that one happened because they wanted to make sure they got the appointment. That's what they were hoping for, and it backfired on them. The governor then stepped in here and thought he had the power to tell district what to do, and of course he didn't.
Jason Lutz says Dems are for the little guy. I know. I heard they're playing that crap again. The Dems are for the little guy. They're for the little guy, but they're making everybody broke. You go to the grocery store and $100, you got a little sack of food. That's really for the little guy, right? And your gasoline, the little guy. No joke. Just take a bus. Just take a bus. No joke.
I drove to town last night just to get a little number one fuel because I hadn't really filled anything here yet, and I knew this storm was coming and some pretty bad temperatures. So. And my pack tank a year ago was about $100 and some bucks. Well, at the beginning of Beijing Biden's term, it was $300 now, over $300. Like, wow, yeah, that's just that's on a little pack tank or my field service pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. So yeah, they're for the little guy, you bet.
So speaking of Beijing, last week before the election, we had Beijing running his gizzard about guns and AR-15s and magazines again. You got a little clip of that for us, Clayton, to kick off this segment?
I do. Let's see if we can make a play here. Here we go.
Super smart guy.
My legislation says there can be no more than 8 bullets in a round. Okay. My
Wait a minute. What's 8 bullets in a round mean?
8 bullets. Maybe he's got buckshot.
8 bullets
and he's got 8 bucks BBs in there.
Oh 8 bullets in a round. Well, that's not the only stupid thing he said. Trust me.
Yeah, that's the only stupid thing.
So he said, this is key for the Senate here. He's going to push to ban assault weapons after the midterms and urge people to vote Dem to secure the ban. I mean, wait a minute. I thought that Dems are all about freedom and the Constitution and our democracy and except for that. I mean, that old outdated number 2. That's number 2. It means number 2, right? You got to go number 2. That's what the Second Amendment is. Outdated piece of the butt wipe.
To them it is.
Yeah. Except the shotgun.
So we're gonna, we didn't do this earlier. We're gonna take another obscene profit break. Okay.
Love it.
Okay. As soon as I find it here. There we go.
Lauer Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street. That's right here in Bismarck. Doug and the boys, that's a pro-Second Amendment shop. Anybody out watching this show is pro-Second Amendment. You don't want to give your money to somebody who's not pro-Second Amendment. They might be nice people. They might run a good shop. Doug and his boys run a great shop. They treat you right, fair pricing. They get your job done quick, and it's going to a pro-Second Amendment shop. Deer season coming up. Get that hunting rig in there. Get that baby tuned up. Doug will get that thing humming like a kitten for you, and you can go through, and all you got to have to worry about is filling that tag and getting that big buck.
Guns in the 701 is sponsored by The Blind Guy of North Dakota. For all your custom window coverings, you can contact them at 701-222-3932. They're freedom-minded, they're patriotic, and they love the Second Amendment. This husband-wife team was born and raised right here in North Dakota and based out of Bismarck. Again, for your Second Amendment company for all your custom window coverings, The Blind Guy of North Dakota, 701-222-3932, or visit them on the web at blindguynd.com. All right. Again, thanks to our sponsors, great Second Amendment sponsors. If you go into their stores or you call them up, tell them you heard it right here on Guns in the 701, and I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Absolutely. We appreciate them. So, Clay, I'm going to keep going on here. We got some more stuff from, what'd you call him, Beijing Biden?
Beijing Biden, yeah.
I like that. So he said the people doing his mass killings have mags that hold 100 bullets, just like having an automatic weapon, which we're not allowed to have, by the way. So, Clayton, remind me which mass killing they had when the guy had magazines with 100 rounds in, because
well, I most of them are less than 10.
Right. They're 10-round magazines. I mean, the guy down in Florida had 10-rounders.
Yep.
I mean, allegedly, the guy in Vegas,
yeah, he supposedly
they claimed he had drum mags, but they also said he had bump stocks. But now there's stories coming out that he had, class 3 full auto. So we don't even know what that, I mean, that's probably why they covered it up.
Probably. And you notice we have never gotten any word as to what that was. It just disappeared.
Yeah, but
disappeared.
And then, like I said in the second half of his deal, just like an automatic weapon, which we're not allowed to own, by the way. By the way, Joe, you are allowed to own it, but you have to jump through a bunch of stupid circus rings because of dorks like you who passed the law.
Yeah.
And he brought it up again, Clay. AR-15 bullets 5 times the speed of ordinary bullets, which we covered in a previous episode.
Yeah. Hit the YouTube channel, guys, and actually you can find it really easy now. It's Guns in the 701. We've got our own handle on there now. So go on there and check it out, because Jamie did again. I believe Axe was there with you, wasn't he?
Axe was on a bunch of them too. Yeah, a bunch of
them. They couldn't have explained that better as far as what the 223 does and can't do, and how much powerful or not powerful it is from other rounds. Yeah.
So how many people do you think Clay, that you know that own AR-15s?
How many people do I? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Okay.
I mean, I know a lot of people.
And how many of them killed people?
None.
Okay, so Joe also in this interview, AR-15s are made for one thing: to kill people. And I can find no rational reason why an assault weapon should be sold. Period. No joke.
No joke.
I own multiple ARs. Almost everybody I know owns them. Nobody's killed anybody with them. They're not made for that. They're made. Bolt rifles kill people too. They're not made for that. AR-15s, they're not made for that either. But if you have to, if somebody's trying to kill you, like anything else, use it back on them.
I just leaned around my computer.
I saw
my rack of ARs over there.
Yeah, you do have one there.
They're just sitting there. They didn't do nothing tonight.
No way. You better get your Kevlar on like the deer.
Hey, and my AK's in the middle of them. What's that say? Maybe they're ganging up. They're going to join forces and they're going to form a coalition, Russians versus Americans, and come after me.
Okay, but that's funny that you say that, because remember back on September 23rd, our boy Uncle Joe Beijing said AR-15s and AK-47s are designed to defend people, to defend America, when he couldn't keep his brain straight, remember? But he actually said something
That's right. I think I played that clip too.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, in fact, I'm looking at a whole wall of weapons of war over here. I mean, you got the Mosin, the Gaunt, you got the M1 Grand, you got the AK, and now the AR-15 is a weapon of war. They sent them to Ukraine.
Finally.
I forgot. There's my one of my 1911s. I'm just loaded. And don't forget about the shotgun.
So, what's your Doug Wolf here? We got ARs and AKs and ARs is getting along. What's this world coming to? I know it's backwards, right? Dogs and cats are going to start getting married here pretty soon.
Kevin, you're right. The 5.56, that's the NATO round. That is a military round. And guys, we don't need to go down that rabbit hole tonight between what a 5.56 is and a 2.23.
Right. We're gonna go down though.
What's that?
Josie's got another good finisher off question here, like he did last week. Or comment. He said, "Best home defense is the old scattergun."
Absolutely.
Okay,
I've said it
everybody got a
times.
Yep. If anybody's got a opinion on that, let's hear it in the comments. So that's what Clay. If you had to defend your house, that's what you'd have was a shotgun. That'd be your choice.
Depends on which room I'm in. But I can tell you right now, yes, the shotgun, I don't have to be very accurate. I can definitely take out what I need to take out and eliminate the threat with that particular firearm. And let's just face it, the one I got in the house here that I keep for that does not have a plug in it.
Mm-hmm.
Holds 2 rounds, and I can put 3-inch mags in there. I can do the job efficiently, and I'm pretty sure that no one here is going to get hurt. The perpetrator will.
So I haven't watched the video, but the guy who does Gun Talk, Tom Gresham, claims he's got a test on YouTube on their channel where they do it like a shotgun compared with buckshot compared to an AR-15, and the buckshot actually goes through more walls than the AR because the AR bullet blows up.
I love a buckshot in my self-defense shotgun. That's what mine's loaded with.
Mm-hmm.
And it will do the job, and it will do it. You know what? I'll put it to you this way. Depending on what range it is, I'm the only witness.
So if you guys want to see some cool what buckshot will do to a pumpkin, we got some videos that we did out of my dad's ranch with 28 gauge from the blind guy. The blind guy's 28 gauge and and double barrel. And my dad uses a single shot 12 gauge. So you can see that. I wouldn't want to be on the wrong end of that, but no matter the language a perp speaks, they will understand the 12 gauge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah. Yeah.
We all speak 12 gauge or just scattergun. Jason, I know what you're talking about, the AR shotguns. Remember when we did one of them in Bismarck, I think, didn't we, at the banquet?
Yeah. Well, we did. It was the pump one, not the Smith & Wesson, but who made the Kel-Tec.
We had the Kel-Tec.
Yeah, that was the first ATF raffle I did.
All right. Well, we actually used the AR-15. It was based on. It looked like an AR-15.
They do have them too. Yeah,
we had them. I know some of the banquets in South Dakota. And what's that?
The blind guy has one.
The blind guy. They are pretty cool.
It's badass. I like it a lot.
I should probably have one of them.
Yeah, you should. We did it with some birdshot. I thought a certain brand of it jammed, but everything else in there, different kinds of birdshot and hunting rounds and buckshot and slugs around like a freaking sewing machine. But even that semi-auto, that buckshot or the slug, woo.
Yeah,
they got some
nice,
wallet. Yeah, don't forget the watermelon video. Doug says that was an all-time classic.
Well, and I can tell you now with this weather coming in, I'm going to have time to do a little more editing on those ones that I have of yours that I have not done yet, Jamie. So maybe I can get some new stuff up there as far as regular videos go.
Yeah.
And again, I'll tell you what, before we go, do you want to talk about, and I got this loaded up. This was a Democrat's ploy. And I'll show you the first picture here, guys. This is Tim Ryan. He was running in Ohio.
Let's do this.
Here's the picture of him. Isn't that? And I like the thing on the bottom there. Nice. You gotta love it because they basically are making fun of his stance.
You know what it reminds me of? When Erin Oban was first running for Senate in our district, and she went up and Woody the cowboy, I can't remember his name, he was running for governor of North Dakota.
Yeah,
they were up there and they were shooting.
I forget his name.
They were shooting a revolver and like a cowboy action looking revolver. I'm sorry, I don't know what they're. I'm not too. I like shooting
45 Colt.
Yeah, and she's like, "See, I'm pro Second Amendment," like trying to like Obama when he tried to do the shotgun. And he damn near set it on his shoulder like a rocket launcher.
You mean this one right here? I just happen to have that on here. I surprised you with that, didn't I?
You know what's crazy is Obama actually looks more like he shot it more than Erin Oban or the Joker Tim Ryan. Tim Ryan got crushed by JD Vance, by the way.
With his skinny jeans, and then you got Obama with he's got a ventilator coming out the side of his shotgun, I guess.
Looks like one of his bong pipes when he gets on the side there.
So I have to show you the ad though he did. We're gonna play that quick, like so. Here's the ad that he did.
Not bad for a Democrat.
Okay, now mind you, this guy has never voted no on any piece of anti-gun, Second Amendment prohibition legislation they put under his beak. And now he's sitting there shooting a handgun that probably holds, 14 rounds, showing the hot brass hitting the ground, and he's got the cardboard full of bullet holes. The guy's against all that. He's voted against that stuff his entire career. Now he's coming out because he thought JD Vance is going to whip his ass like he did. So he does that.
Yeah. And it did fool the voters, and I'm glad it didn't. Yeah. I mean, it's a simple fact. The guy, I mean, he don't know a damn thing about what he's doing.
Well, you can tell by the way he's standing there.
Right. Oh, let's see. Obama married someone with a big cannon, big mic. I'll let everybody figure that one out.
I was just reading. Gene Cox sent me a text. It's pretty good here. I maybe shouldn't read it but it's pretty good, Gene.
Oh yeah, check your text, huh?
It's true. There's a lot of truth in it. What is it? Him and Gabby Giffords and her husband probably go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and talk about how pro-gun they are. Or, this is just it though. That side, they think it's okay for them to go out and do it. They want to restrict us. We're not smart enough. We're not safe enough. We've got to be restricted. Can't be trusted. But they can do it because they know better.
Clay, you heard Obama when he was shooting the AR on our Guns in the 701 video, remember?
Yeah.
He's the only one that he knows of, remember? He shot that pumpkin out somewhere in the wild.
That was pretty good. I should have loaded that up for you tonight.
Oh.
If you haven't seen the Obama short, you need to go to Guns in the 701 on YouTube. Check it out. Subscribe and look at that and give it a view. Share it. Have some fun, guys. We got a lot of stuff on there. And we're working on putting some of that up now on the website, gunsand701.com. Go check that out. Every episode is there, including our extra ones. And if I'm able to do this, I got to talk to Todd sometime on Friday or this week and see about getting, if nothing else, I can pull it off of the iHeart website. But I want to get our segments on there every Friday now and get them on the website. And we might even create a whole nother page for that. Just so
we're going to have to if you can't do it, Tech Man T will whip it up there.
There you go. Yes.
But Clay's been working on there. He's getting pretty computer
learning.
So
imagine that Democrat lying if their mouth is moving, right?
Yeah, I mean, so next week we're gonna I'm sure it's gonna be deer season stuff again, as long as hunting's on. But after that, Clay, we got some ideas. We're gonna have some guests on, right? We're working texting with Scott, our buddy Scott Bachmeyer. He's going to be a guest. I'm hoping to get him on right after deer season. We'll do a big deer season recap with him and Clay and I and some other stuff. It's usually a pretty good time we get together. And
let's kind of looking at the schedule here, and that'll work good. And I think too, we talked about having Sean Cleary back after he won, so maybe we can reach out to him and see what his plans are now. And we'll try to give you guys a heads up on that stuff so that if you got questions, then you'll be able to do that.
And my buddy John Hook, I was talking to him. He's from Halliday, but his mom runs like I'm sorry, John, if you're listening, I can't remember the exact name. What his mom has like a cowboy church over at Kiss Livestock every Wednesday, and if we're going to talk to her about it, or maybe we'll get the lowdown on it, and Clay and I can talk about it if she doesn't want to come on. But we're going to have that on, and of course Marty's going to be one of our guests in the future, but. Once deer season's over, guys, and we're kind of locked down a little more from moving, and it looks like with the snow coming in, it doesn't going to get warm. It looks like it's going to stay.
So one quick thing I got to put up here, guys. You guys have to see this. We have fans that are young, and this
That's
is Kalen Foss. He made this on one of the games. Who was that?
I'm sorry, Clay overrode you. What was his name?
Kalen Foss. It'd be or not Kalen. I'm sorry. Kalen Foss's son. And I don't remember his name now off the top of my head, but we got a little fan group. My son's friends that are in school, they're following our show. So it's kind of cool. They play these video games, and he made a Guns in the 701 pickup. And this kid is also working on building a game on that. What do I call that? Roblox or something?
It's Roblox. Yeah, my daughter knew right away. She was trying to find it last night. What's the name?
What's the name? It's not published yet. I have to tell you that. He hasn't got it done and finished. So she's thanks to all those kids. that's the next generation. I mean, literally, you're talking 12, 13, 14-year-old kids out there. They're listening to the show. And I think that's kind of awesome, tell you the truth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's really awesome. She's jacked. Hey, Trav, thanks for listening, buddy. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully we're rolling around noonish, heading to Mercer County, because Trav's an awesome guy, and he's going to get a wall hanger. I swear we're going to get him a wall hanger this year. I'm going to be so jacked up if he does. It's going to be awesome.
If things go correctly, maybe, I know you and I talked about it, we're looking at December 10th. There's a coyote hunt. I'm coming out of retirement. I ain't been in one in a long time.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to make the one at Galvin, North Dakota, basically because that's up in Scott's country.
Yeah, so we'll come up there, whoop you and Jesse, believe.
We'll see what happens.
Jesse's been lobbing bombs out there and hitting them now, right?
Well, like 400 yards. He dropped one here the other day, and he did admit he was lucky. But you know what?
I heard the gun went off before he even had the scope on it. It just happened to be the right drop. So
just take the credit. Take the credit.
I was shooting, Jesse. I'm just riding you, buddy.
Yeah. So anyway, no, we're looking forward to having Scott on Dakota Prairie Outdoors. We've been on his show, and it's I don't think we're even in competition because we do something completely different than he's doing. He's got a great outdoors show.
Well, Scott actually had us on before we even launched there. As you recall, I was in the hunting shack, and thanks to Scott for that. I appreciate that. Yep. And it's like I said, when he's on here, it's going to be more like 3 guys sitting around drinking beers, having a party. It's going to be fun
I guess we probably should have a bottle of Pendleton, and everybody should have one.
All right, well, I'll drink when Scott's on. I'm going to drink Pendleton 7. How's that?
There you go.
Even though you two guys got me drinking that damn Coors Light, and I'm still on that stuff.
I don't drink Coors Light.
Yeah.
400 yards is not luck.
I hear you, Kevin. Believe me, if you knew Jesse, I'm just riding him. He's actually got his own gun, and the guy's an awesome marksman. There's no doubt about it. But I hear you. 400 yards of anything is.
And I was listening to their broadcast the other day.
Ivermectin, there we go.
They're talking about a doe tag, and he's got I believe his 44 mag, and that is something. I actually have a gun for that too, and I might actually got me to thinking. Every time I took it with me, and I'm pretty handy with that gun. Mm-hmm. I never got close enough. I mean, it's a handgun, guys. I don't care. You're not going to shoot him I'm not going to shoot him at 100 yards, but I'd be real comfortable out to 30, and that's pretty good with a handgun. And
I saw Keith Warren shot that damn elk with his 10mm Glock. That thing was at like 15 yards, and he killed it. That was crazy. So you bought one of those things.
What's that?
That's probably about you bought one.
You
did get that from me last week. That's right. I was going to say.
Yep, I got them both home here. They're packed away now and safe, and they're talking to their buddies in the cases.
I mean, that thing would have fell out. That'd have been pretty sweet in my safe too. But
hey, if you need to borrow it anytime.
Yeah, man. I just saying that because Clay borrowed us. Me and Axe did a shooting video, and I was shooting that. I never shot a 10mm, but I was pretty jacked up about that thing. It was pretty awesome.
I like the 10. I really do. I really, really enjoy shooting.
You just had FFJs. We had to go back to Axes. He actually had some hollow points or soft points.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, we need something to blow up. And he's like, I think I got some in the house. Let's run back, which he did.
Well, mine, they're just made for killing humans, right?
Yeah. Wow. Everything is except a single shot. Wait a minute. Civil War, Revolutionary War. Oh, yeah, that's right. They were too.
Even, I mean, come on. Yeah. Weapons of war. So I see that we're running about 8 after the hour, and I don't know if there's anything else we want to. I know that one quick thing is the red wave that was supposed to happen, guys. I think there was a lot of hype behind it. We had honestly, they're not talking about. They're talking about their defeats. There were a lot of successes.
There was
in this election. It looks like we're going to take the House. That's a success in its own right, guys. That's where everything starts. And if you got the House controlled. And even if the Senate doesn't flip our way, we shut them down for the most part. The Senate does have more power, things like Supreme Court nominations and things like that. But that's a huge step in maybe shutting down this money train that's going everywhere but to where it should. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's just a ton of things that's good about us taking over the House.
Yep.
So don't get down, stay involved.
I mean, you have to, because just staying home and saying my vote doesn't count, that doesn't work either. I mean,
that's been the problem for so long.
What will Beto do? Yeah. You Beto, right? You Beto.
No. Yeah, him and
Give
his
me a hell yeah, I'm
boyfriend.
going to take your AR-15.
Maybe he's gonna go fudge pack. I don't know. Did I just say that?
Yeah, you did.
Well, you know what I said was in here.
Oh shoot. So yeah, we got a lot of hunting videos on there. Oh, actually, hey, I forgot to say, Dave, 1760 Sports, he got a hell of a shot on one there. Nice muley buck, 300
Yes.
and man, 70 some yards. I thought, and they had that wind blowing 25 gusting to 40. He dropped that sucker. That was a hell of a shot too. He's another friend. There you go, friend of the show.
Yep.
His last name's escaping me. I'm feeling bad about it now.
Fettig.
Dave Fettig, you bet.
Yep.
Yeah,
another great guy there, Dave. I don't know. He might be on the road. He does a lot of he trucks a lot. So no, Dave's a great guy, and he's a big supporter of the show as well. And he does a lot of my FFL work. Not the other guys. I do some with Brandon. I try to support those guys that are supporting the Second Amendment truly, not just in lip service. So that's why I do business with a lot of FFLs. I still do some with down there in Rapid City with First Stop. They're great guys down there.
Mm-hmm.
I do not do business with Shields.
No, you don't like Shield?
You know what? They only want to sell certain brands of firearms. They went exclusive there. They kind of pissed me off when I was with the NRA, and they wouldn't bring some of our guns in because they weren't the right brand.
Oh, you mean like whatever?
Right.
Wesson Ruger. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they got ARs and all kinds of shit in there.
Yeah, one company was Legacy Firearms, and you know what? They're better than most box stores. But guys, go out there and support your local FFL dealers. You're always going to have better service. That's another thing. I've been really disappointed with their service at Shields. When something is wrong, they don't take care of you.
I'll tell you this: if we get a gun shop sponsor, I mean, that's who you want to go to.
Well, yeah, and we're working on that.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Don't forget Friday, Mitchell in the morning, 8:40. Guns and the 701 boys are going to be on there. Clay's going to be down at the ranch. I'm going to be either here in the hunting shack with my buddy Trav. And we're going to be on, what, Clay, 10, 15 minutes on there probably, right?
Yeah, it's basically the last segment of the show, which that's fine. And we'll start out there and see where it goes and encourage everybody to listen in there. If you like it, and let them know. And
hey, Todd Mitchell, appreciate you inviting us on there, buddy. That is awesome. Todd Mitchell's an awesome guy. Honestly, if you meet the guy, he's awesome. We had a great conversation. He kept me from going back to work. Actually, I had to use a damn hour of vacation. So thanks, Todd.
I remember that.
But we had some pretty good laughs going on there in the studio, and when the mic was off, so that was fun. So hopefully we can keep some. And then Clay and I kind of thought, right, Clay? We thought we go on and we're going to kind of try and keep it upbeat and you know, kind
of the plan.
Yeah. I mean, we're in the morning. We don't want to come on there and give you the, hey, they're coming for your guns. And all. I mean, we know they are, but it's something to talk about all the time. We kind of want to keep something, you know, keep you guys a smile on your face and what's going on. And
yeah, we'll try to come up with a few things. And I mean, I think it's a good opportunity. I'm happy that it's going to happen, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Maybe it'll lead to something else. You just never know.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess I'm really looking forward to being on there, and like I said, if you guys want, just tune in to 5:50 a.m.
Actually, not even if you want, just do it.
Yeah, just
you
do
don't
it.
Want to or not, just make yourself do it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah. So, and that too, if you got friends who like content like we got going on here, guys, you can find us after the show. Clay and I, Clay pretty much. Uploads it to
there. It is right there. See, iHeart, we're official.
Yeah,
now.
Baby. Yeah. So you get on there, you can listen to the podcast on iHeart. You know, share it with your friends, share it on your social media. The more you share it, the more it helps us. So, yeah, you're right, Kevin. Executive orders are killing us. Biden's got way more than Trump ever did, but they make it sound like Trump had 1,000 of them.
Yeah. And Biden's had you're right. Executive order. I've always hated them. I don't like them. It's not the way to do business, but I know what we're living in today.
Yep. All right. So, well, if you guys are going out hunting this weekend, you get something put down. You harvest one. Or so or something. You can feel free to send the pictures, either text it to Clay and I, or Clay at gunsin701.com, right, Clayton? Is that how it goes? Or Jamie at gunsin701.com?
Yep,
and we'll get the email. Yep. We appreciate it, man. I love putting pictures of people. I don't care if you shoot a doe, or if you're out and you shoot a coyote, or you shoot a badger. Hey, feel free to send it in to us, because it's
absolutely
awesome. There you go.
God, I just put that up there.
Love it.
I'm not a tech guy, but I'm getting there, right?
You're pretty close. You are to me.
There's mine. It's pretty simple. We've made it simple. And we got a lot of things going on here that, Jamie, this is really taking off here in a short period of time. So we want to.
Yeah, we're going to keep rolling, buddy. We're going to keep hitting it. It's winter time now, so people are inside. We started this in the summer with the thought in our heads that once winter came around, we'd have something established. We'd start pulling in more people to watch, and it is working that way. So hopefully we can keep it rolling. And like I said, we're going to get some guests on and going on the radio with Todd. And
yep, and I am looking at some mixers that you and I can probably both run on our computers, and what that will allow us to do, guys, is take phone calls essentially, and we can. Well, it'll just be a more professional way, even from Travis.
That ought to be interesting. He's a hermit. Okay. He's a hermit, man. He won't even answer his phone when I call him.
He's one of them guys already.
Yeah. You get him snoring on the line.
Oh my goodness! We did look into, or I did too, and to put this live on our website every week, you got to have your own server, and we're not there yet. We
don't have Joe Rogan money, so
we're not Rush Limbaugh and Joe Rogan. And
I didn't win that billion in the freaking lottery, so
I didn't either. I guess I didn't buy a ticket. So.
All right, so you guys want to see some shooting videos, hunting videos, deer, whatever, walking around, go and check it out, gunsin701.com, or you can go to YouTube channel. We got it on there. I'm going to try and do a live, Clay. I never did get a chance. I spaced it out. So if we're there, I'm going to try and kick a live up on YouTube this weekend at some point. And it'll be fun. We'll see if it works, if it's glitchy, whatever, if not, but
and that's kind of cool now that we can do that from YouTube. That was something new that came on. So, we'll do some lives from there. We're learning a lot of things here. The YouTube channel's really taken off, surprisingly. So we're happy to be. And I got to put this last picture up, guys. That is Marty's grandson, right?
Augustus. Yep. Augustus, a.k.a. the kid. There he is. You bet. Look at that. There he is.
He sent that to us.
That is a cute little guy right there. I love it. And his grandpa's going to raise him right. I'll guarantee you that.
Oh, well, there's a Patriot right there in the making. And you got to like the gun.
I love it. Yep.
But we appreciate everybody. Just keep listening. Every night, Wednesday, or every week, Wednesday night, 6:00 p.m. Mountain Time, 7:00 Central Time. And now on K-Fire, 5:50 a.m. every Friday. At 20 before 8 and 8:40.
At what time? At 8:40 Central,
7:40 Mountain.
Right on. Hey, Brian, thanks. Appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Brian.
All right, guys. I'm going to shut my mouth. If Clay's got anything else to say, he can do it. Clay, I'll talk to you after the show here, buddy.
All right. Thanks again, guys. And as always, keep your powder dry and God bless.